where we can try to insert and test and actually see if we have any errors or correct things like that. To do that, though, in processing, it's a little annoying. We have to make it have a setup and a draw, I believe, to actually be able to create array bags, right? So we'll make an array bag. My bag equals new array bag, and it'll call that default constructor. So that'll create a bag array. It'll point to our bag array on the heap, right? Our bag array will point to an array on the heap, and then what we're going to do is we're going to well, let's just see if that works, because I might have made a mistake. Okay, so now it comes here and it says something. So let's look at that. Cannot convert from an int array to a regular int. Okay, so what am I doing here? I've created a left-hand side of a regular int, and I've created a right-hand side of an integer array. So I better make this an integer array. That's an integer array type. So let's see what other problems we run into. Okay, looks like nothing else, but that doesn't mean we're perfectly okay, right? We still have to check what happens when we insert a value, okay, and then we do a string, system.out.println my bag, and I am messing up left and right here, as you can tell. My bag. Okay, so we're gonna insert the value 5, and then we're gonna print my bag out here. Okay, and hopefully 5 will be printed out. There is one thing I should point out, and that is if you're getting unterminated string constants, I had this originally. I don't think you would have done this, but I did. So if you're copying my code exactly, which you shouldn't be, you should be kind of doing it on your own anyways, that's an error that I had to correct. Okay. So yeah, make sure your string constants are all double quotes, right? Okay, so my bag's gonna insert 5, and then we're gonna print it out. We should see 5. If we don't, that's gonna be a problem. We have an unexpected token. It didn't like that, so I think maybe this has to go into setup, and that's why we're doing the video. So sorry, but you can't just, this is processing world, so we'll just humor processing with me for a little while. Okay, and 5 is printed out. All right, that's good. All right, so let's say we tried to make this thing bigger, right? Insert 7, my bag dot insert 9, and my bag dot insert 11. So we have a capacity of 4, an initial capacity of 4, okay? So this should not call resize yet, right? We have the capacity to hold all these numbers. Let's make sure that works. 5, 7, 9, 11. Okay, that's pretty good. And now, if we insert one more, it should call resize, right? Because we're at capacity, and I insert another number, okay? And it should call resize, but unbeknownst to us, we don't know that it called resize behind the scenes, right? And let's see what happens. 5, 7, 9, 11, 13. Okay, that's pretty exciting. It looked like it worked, right? We could also, you know, start doing for int I equals 0, I is less than, okay, what's it? So it's gonna go from 4 to 8 to 16 to 32 to 64 to, so we'll do, you know, 64 to 128, right? Or 129. We could do it that amount. So make sure it resizes a lot. I equals I plus 2. Okay, and then we could say, let's go my bag dot insert I, right? And so we're gonna insert all these odd values, right? And then we're gonna print them out at the end, and it should print out this dump of values, but but every other one, right? So 129 times 2. I don't actually know, but it'll be something around 129 times 2 should be the highest value, I believe. We'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. And 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 12 to 1. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry. It's not times 2, right? Because we're skipping every other one, right? So we're inserting half of the values, and we're not doing it odd, we're doing it even. So 0 is the first one, 2 is the second one, right, all the way up to 128. So we're resizing, but we're not resizing as many times as I thought, which is fine. This is cool. So it looks like the resizing is working. All right, I'm convinced. If you're not convinced, continue on. You can try a few other things. You can actually, if you're having trouble, you can actually put a print statement out in the resize to see when it's called. Okay, so we could say like system.out.println resize called with, and we could say new capacity. So with that as the new capacity, and it'll print that line out, and would that put it? It'll put it on its own line. So we can see this as it comes through. Did not like me not putting a semicolon there, right? And called with 8, called with 16, called with 32, called with 64, called with 128. Okay, so the final one was 128. Perfect. Looks like it's working well. All right, so I'm gonna take out this print, and we're now going to look at LLBag over here. And as you might guess, we are going to implement toString for LLBag to make sure our insert works in LLBag. Okay. So how do we do toString in LLBag? Well, I'm gonna let you do it, and then we'll talk about it in the next video. But the hint I will give you, right, is the same way that arrays and for loops allow us to go through arrays, while loops allow us to go through a linked list, right? So we make a current equal to the head, okay? We process that node, and then we jump to the next one, and all of this happens while current does not equal a certain value. If you need help and you want to look back at the previous lecture. We have a whole thing on that. All right. Otherwise, I'll see you next video. Make your best attempt at it. And now you know enough to actually create a linked list version of the bag, right? An LL bag, and try to insert these things into the LL bag and then print it out and see if it works. All right. And if it doesn't work, well, just come to the next video and we'll do it together. All right. Hope you're enjoying it.